This makes like jal mudra or water. This feels like water elements. This balances water.
ارويني والفرح عندك وانا الولهان تحت جنحك خبي عيني لا تترك ولا قلب تايه وحيران لا تترك ولا قلب تايه وحيران هللويا يسوع جاي هللويا يسوع جاي يا فرحتنا ويا هنانا يسوع بدمه اشترانا رح ندينا عن قريب وساكننا بسلام وعده صادق وعده أكيد والمحبة بيقينا watching my every single tear. Always you bring the light on my fears, and I provide your need. Time I'm missing you. The sun connects between the moon is where our soul will meet again. No matter whatever, would you ride to the end? Be my best friend, right to the end. Whoa, oh, oh.
For trusting me. I've had a great pleasure of working with you. Thank you, Rana. If you loved this, go check out MFO. The 2 o'clock show sold out, and I think we've also sold out.
Please to tour Australia.
A different,
Might be
yeah,
doing
a different,
But for now,
My name is Rachel. I'm from Thailand. Welcome to Crossing Border. The purpose of this project is to empower women. Is what created by an effort for women to raise their voice.
I have twins, brother and sister. She had to pay the bills and pay the fees, everything. She always supported me since I was young to get high education, high mark, and she keeps supporting me until I get science teacher.
He work GP doctor. He works in the morning in the hospital and at night in the private clinic. I waiting for him to come back until midnight. The oldest one was 10 years and the youngest one was 1 year. It's very hard to go out of my country because the government they didn't allow anyone to go out of the country. I arrived in a small city called Tiffany and stayed here. The life was better. I worked to help my community because I'm speaking Arabic. And my country, a lot of people they don't speak Arabic. After 5 years in Egypt, the government, Australian government, they allowed us, they sponsored us to Australia, accept us to come to Australia. I came to Australia 2013. Here in Gold
In my family. My dad, he the person who totally delete that and investment in knowledge, pay the best.
I'm Sarah and I'm from Brazil. My object today is my family picture, which is my mom, my dad, and my 4 sisters. So with me 5. 5 in my home, 5 girls. So this is a happy picture of everyone is happy. However, it was not always like that. So because I grew up in a family, in a culture where women was not as valued as men, my daddy always was blaming my mom. I knew it. I knew it was a boy because, according to her, I cried very strong and loud. And then she was so thankful. But then the midwife arrived and just cut short her happiness. And said, "Oh, Maria, look, this is another girl." And my mom, "Oh no, so sorry, mom." So my mom was very upset and sad, and even scared to tell my dad. And of course, my dad was so disappointed and angry even with my mom, because my mom had promised him that this time she would give him a son, and he wasted his money to buy a second-hand baby crib. So, was kind of little bit strained, the relationship. And then, as I grew up, I
become more confident in public speaking.
We have become more confident in public.
We have a bending to each
I have a
other.
school for paying myself the school fees. Soccer since when I was 9 years old, and I stopped when I was 27 years old. Always I was going to different states to play soccer in order to get
wanna
money.
see what you wanna know. If you don't see it, believe and receive it. And every corner as she hops on the borderline. Muscle, hustle, runs, paper, pride. So courageous, living on a gold mine. His love for the chivalrous and overtimes. Intelligent and cautious, my ride or die. He want a lady with a simple soul and many wives. His devotion is ready, solid, long term, forever easy. He senses security to be driven in the need to invest in me. Oh, I run. Freedom fighter. Born in New Zealand and I'm raised in Australia. My crossing borders is from Sydney to the Gold Coast. My two objects is a pen and paper, where I write my experiences and I perform it through songs. So, about my single mom life journey, there's my two babies over there. And it's really about, rising up from the darkness and overcoming the obstacles, the risks that you take, the strengths, the loneliness of being brave, the fears that trap us, to escape the freedom to fight. Thank you.
This is a headscarf that I would normally wear like this, like a bandana. It can also be a neck scarf or a handkerchief. So this tubao has been with me for almost 30 years now. So I had it first when I was studying law back in the Philippines. I was introduced to human rights lawyering very early.
Born in Russia, was crossing borders a few different countries before I came to Australia. And here with me is a traditional Russian doll called Matryoshka. Not babushka, Matryoshka. What do you think when you look at her? Beautiful girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful dress. She has an accent. Maybe she's a spy. This is basically all stereotypes about Russian women, and I've experienced it. I moved to Italy, and again I was facing different stereotypes. For example, my boss once, I was working there with tourists, and he called me to his office, and he was like, "So what's your story? Where is your Italian husband?" And I said, "I don't have any husband. I came here because I want scholarship to study at the university." He was surprised. How come? I didn't expect that. And also, I was sharing my apartment with other Italian people. And once we decided to rent a room, we had a spare room. And I remember how they were posting an ad advertising this room. And they said, "Only for Italian people, please, no foreigners." And I was so offended, like, I'm a foreigner.
be my best friend, right to the end. Oh, oh, oh. Every time I'm missing you, the sun connects between the room. Is where our soul will meet again. No matter whatever, would you right to the end? Be my best friend, right to the end. Oh, 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 would you right to the end? Be my best friend, right to the end. Oh, 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 would you right to the end? Be my best friend, right to the end. Oh, 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 would you right to the end? Be my best friend, right to the end. Oh, oh, oh. Thank you, everybody. We are crossing borders. Turn around. Let's go. Outside. Thank you. Can you clap? Before we get introduced Ron from MFO, please give her a hand for Crossing Borders.
Amplify their voice and get them to tell the stories that they wanted to tell. And man, they took up the challenge. They got together, they started writing and creating, and they just built such a beautiful friendship and community. And I think that's been one of the best things that's come out of this project. But I really want to thank you all for supporting us and supporting this project and having an interest to listen to diverse stories. These are local groups.
Cantiknya buat bibirku tak berhenti tersenyum. Akhirnya ku menemukanmu, jawaban dari setiap harapku, yang tulus menerimaku dengan segala kurangnya aku. Kau buktikan kepadaku bahwa cinta itu nyata. Terima kasih untuk dirimu, mimpi indahku.
Oh beta janji, beta jaga Ale untuk selamanya. Beta janji akan setia hanya untuk satu cinta. Ini cinta yang beta punya dari dulu.